Okay, welcome to the class. Today we are going to do something very interesting and unusual. Today we are going to draw our dreams. How we can listen to our subconsciousness, what is the message? It's always a projection of our subconsciousness, and how we can resonate with this, calm ourselves, slow down our mind, because logic doesn't help much to give any interpretation, and really listen, try to hear what is the message, how do you feel, how's your body resonates to the images and visuals you experience during during the sleep, during the dream, and any emotions activated, any sensations in your body. So all of this will be important, and we are going to research them. I forgot to start recording, so I have to repeat some of the information, and I will switch my camera so I can show you something that we are going to do today and next week. So for the next class, for the Friday, I invite you to have some fun with us about Halloween, and I invite you to print your portrait. The link to the software will be posted in the info box and in the Facebook group. Just any of your portraits that you like. It could be a portrait or it could be a whole body. You can use the software to create such faded sketch, and you just print it on regular paper. So it will be not very fancy, but it will be something fun, I promise you. So prepare for next Friday such portrait. You can prepare a couple of them and see which one you like the most. Another thing that on next Thursday, and information will be in info box, we are hosting and we are creating the class, a special class that called Ancestral Mandala, where we can activate energy and bring the resources and support from 7 generations. This one has 6 generations behind me, but this one has 7 generations. So you can create and activate such mandala and bring the energy to you, so you can use it, you can focus this energy and feel the support and guidance of everybody who was before you in 7 generations. So very powerful, and it's a part of the instructor level training. So it's not going to be on free resources, because it was developed by Pavel Piskarev. So it's a paid class, but if you want to join us, you will have a chance. Class will be recorded. If you cannot attend it personally, you can buy a recording and draw later, so if you want. So for today's class, we are going to use color paper, something new, something to experiment with. If you have any color paper at your house, it will do, like any craft paper. I'm going to use black one, but blue, brown, or any dark colors will work as well. If for any reason you don't have color paper, the white will do the same. So you don't have to worry or feel restricted if you don't have color paper at your house. So use what you have. Another thing that you will need today, gel pens. Any gel pens, it could be like gel. I have Uniball that I usually use, gold and silver or white, or it could be colored one. Don't mix them together, because it will be quite challenging to integrate and combine those corners and intersections of all these colors. So pick one that you want to use for today, and you can try to use different ones on different drawings. Usually when you start to experiment, you want to explore all the possibilities and see how it works. So this is example of what we are going to do today. We are going to draw our dreams. And how they are going to look on yours, I'm very excited to see. I did not color anything here, but if you want, you can. Coloring on dark paper could be an option as well. I just want to show you some of my drawings that are not related to dreams. This one was about letting go, and I used white gel pen and I used some colors on top of it. So coloring on black could be very beautiful as well. It's like faded colors, but it's very powerful. And this one I used silver gel pens and I colored it as well. So it's another option, could be done differently. So we have many options as always in Neurographica. There is no limitations, and use your imagination, try something new, something different. So it will be fun for you and for everybody to share with. So I invite you to remember some dream, maybe that was repeated several times in your life, or maybe you just seen something today, tonight, and it's bring some interesting, unusual vision that you cannot give any interpretation, that you really don't know what they are trying to tell you, or if there is any information in it for you. So today we are going to explore this option. And to explore it, I invite you to find any color paper that you are going to use today. So please let me know in chat if you have any color paper so we can continue, or if we need some like 5 minutes break so you can find it in your house.
I just went and got it. But I don't have gel pens. I mean, I don't have white gel pens. I hope this one will work. Let me try. Okay, it's okay. It's not very visible. I may need to get another. Okay, I'm gonna. Got it. I'm
Got
ready.
it.
Everybody
Ready,
got
ready.
it.
Good. So most of us have ready. It's good. Everybody has their own material, so good. Again, if you don't have black or gel pens, color paper, so use, yes, white paper will be the same, and maybe you will have something interesting and something different today for sure. You can try on the color paper later if you want. So pick the pen that you really want to use, and I still do the golden one. I just love the combination black and gold. So I will, and I feel like it's very beautiful on paper. Interesting to observe how it's creating beautiful shapes. And I invite you to remember the dream that we are going to explore today. When I was getting ready for the class, and I was like, which dream I'm going to do? And today I had a very weird dream, so, which surprisingly I remember, and the logic doesn't make any sense. So I will do my best to explore this dream for what is the message, what is the most important message for me, what should I focus on, maybe prepare myself for something. So it's interesting when we closing our eyes in the reality, when we fall asleep, we close our eyes are actually getting opened in the reality of dreams. We close it here and we open them there. It's like a cycle, never-ending cycle. We are dying here, we are reborn on other reality. We are falling asleep here, we wake up in another reality. So I invite you to do a very interesting step. We are going to open our eyes in a different reality. So I invite you to draw eyes. You can draw like them very simple, like just 2 circles, or you can make them very fancy and draw them like like eyes with all the eyelashes and all this beautiful shape. I will do something. Okay, my eyes are a little bit crooked. So just representing my open eyes. Like I opened my eyes in different reality. How do you feel like when it's, my eyes are really looking funny today?
Yes,
it's like it's very childish, and I don't know why is it like, because when I did like practice, it was completely different. So this probably just resonated already with the dream I'm going to explore. And what we are going to do, we are going to collect the energy from this reality to us. And we start bringing energy from sides, explore sides of the paper with narrow lines. There is nothing dramatic we are going to do. We just bring energy to our eyes. It's not necessary they have to lines go through eyes. They just bring the information. They bring the energy. They bring the emotions towards us so we can see them better, like we can focus on them. We bringing from sides. It's not like our eyes trying to see something, like we are trying to focus our eyes on something. This is the opposite. We allow to be information revealed for our eyes. We bringing the this limited light, the sparks of light around us closer to ourselves so we can recognize them, so we can attune ourselves with them. So bring as much light, as much information towards you. And pay attention. How do you feel? How's your body reacts? How's your emotions? If there's any changes, any shifts in your body, in your emotional state, in any thoughts appearing. So try to bring lines. We are not in rush. We are in dream. Dreams don't have time. Dreams don't have any limitations. There is no logic. We appear in some places and we disappear as instant as anything else. It's like, it's almost like a magic. We are drawing magic here. And I want you to enjoy this process, enjoy this, that we are not expecting any logical explanations. We can be just creating, we just enjoy the process. We just enjoy the awareness that I'm communicating with myself. Maybe it will sound a little bit crazy. Maybe it will sound a little bit fun. Maybe not even a little bit. Oh, I hope we are going to have some fun. Maybe it will be scary. We're still working with unknown, and everything that is unknown could be scary. So we just see, we allow to explore. And if you have already enough crossings and it's already overwhelming for you, please start rounding. We don't need to stress ourselves more. We want to be harmoniously exploring all possibilities. So we start rounding, make our experience, our dream enjoyable. Maybe it will be. And it's interesting that when I was practicing, like preparing for this class today, I did not want to color, but I know for sure that I'm going to color this one because I want my dream to be colorful. I want it to be very bright and very powerful. I don't know, it's just different. This is something different I want to explore today. Or at least I will bring enough gold. Golden dreams. Nothing special. So around all these corners, transform all these challenges or anger if you have, fears. Fears could be represented by corners as well because they are challenges. They are something out of harmony. So we want to be harmonized and balanced as much as possible. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. You can ask directly or you can just type it in chat and I will try to check it often so I don't miss anything. And I've seen that we have people from Malaysia, so welcome. And I know that we have different states. We have both sides of America, Eastern and West Ocean, different oceans. So. Explore.
Do you remember your dreams, Anna?
Not always, but sometimes, like it's surprisingly today I remember, and it's really quite a strange dream. Like I was walking on the street of my hometown in Siberia, and in very unexpected place, I decided to buy some tomatoes. And they were very beautiful tomatoes, but the price was ridiculous. And I was like bargaining, like it cannot be more expensive than in US. Like in US, pound of tomatoes cost like $2 max. Like I don't want to buy for $10 1 pound of. So the whole dream was about bargaining about the price of tomatoes. And it's make me such a it's such a fun because I usually don't bargain about price of anything, but it's funny that I remember it very clear. Also, like that I'm trying to hold those tomatoes and want to make decision. Do I really need them for such price? What's special about them for such price? And it's like really something that I trying to buy, like some very important, like it's the biggest investment in my life to buy a pound of tomatoes. It's very interesting how I.
Very interesting, yes. And what did you feel when you were in your dream? How did you feel?
Surprise! I'm like, it's not. It did not make any sense that something could be more expensive than I used to, and this was like I felt like somebody is trying to take advantage of me, and I did not want to feel to be lied or cheated. So I want fair, square. Like I wanted fair price, and I don't want to be lied to me. Was the most important for me. That like, okay, if you don't want to give me a fair price, I'll just walk away. It's I did not even thank you for the question because I even did not even realize until right now that it was about being lied to me. Somebody tried to lie to me. Okay, so It's a good question. How did this dream made you to feel? Like, how did you feel in this dream? It doesn't matter what you're doing, how you are feeling. What was this important? What kind of emotions you experienced? Maybe you had even any physical sensations. I did not remember any physical sensations, and maybe I will remember later when we continue our drawing. But the whole dream was surprises. There is unusual places. I know this way where I was walking, but it was not something unusual always appeared. Some unusual buildings, unusual roads, people in surprising. So it was all, nothing was predictable.
And when you felt surprised in the dream, did you feel any other emotions?
No, just surprised. Like I was quite excited until somebody tried to sell me.
Who was it? Who was it?
Some simple woman. It's not something that it looked very innocent, and it was very, like, the whole idea was that nobody, I did not sense that somebody is trying to lie to me, because it was people looked so naive and so simple. And it's what surprised me again, that I did not expect that. Like sometimes when you see people who are trying to take advantage of you, and you get prepared, you kind of knows how to bargain with them. But when people look so innocent, you're kind of losing your guard. And this was interesting message for me. So be aware of simple people with tomatoes.
Be prepared, yes. Okay, so what do tomatoes represent for you? Have you thought about what made tomatoes represent? What were your feelings regarding the tomatoes? You said that they were you wanted to they were overpriced.
I don't know. I was pretty much happy about tomatoes, but again, there was another layer of cheating. Like there was very big and beautiful ones, and when I asked, like, can you measure some for me, like it was much smaller and much simpler ones. Like really, like there is such a horrible scheme to to sell me not the best product for overprice. Oh my gosh, it's like such a drama.
Cheated twice.
Cheated twice by very innocent woman. At least she looked to me like this, and it's interesting. This is how I hope your dreams make a little bit more sense than mine. So,
Usually,
it's interesting. You still learning something. I really did not. I wasn't aware at the beginning when we started about that I should be aware of trusting something.
interesting. And when with this woman, was she, besides being like innocent, at the end, did you find that she's not that innocent, or was she innocent all the time? When you found
Like,
that
I just did not buy them. I'm so like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I have my business to do. Like, I did not buy the final product for the price she was offering. I did not even start bargaining because I felt there is no point to prove anything, just walk away. But I don't know, I did not find any confirmation that she really tried to lie to me, or is it just she is in really believe that this is the fair price for her products. I'm just say, okay, I'm sorry.
No tomatoes for Anna.
Not tomatoes from this person. It's interesting. I don't know. I was awakened today and I was like trying to understand what does tomatoes represent to me. And it's I don't know.
So
There
if
isn't
you think about tomatoes like part of the body, part of the human body, what will it be for you?
part of the body.
Associations. Well, I don't know. I'm just asking. Maybe, do you have any associations with any parts of the body in tomatoes?
This part will be like Freud dream.
Okay, we are not going there.
Yeah, I'm not ready to discuss it.
Not, no, I'm not ready to discuss it either.
The live stream. I'm sure there is some interpretation there. So for tomatoes, I think it will be
Okay.
better to keep hidden. So if you have any interesting dreams and you want to be asked provocative questions, let us know. Net has a very good mood today.
For the next 1 hour, I can ask you questions about your dreams. So,
It's a free coaching. I actually learned a lot just from some of them.
so I'm looking online about dream interpretation about tomatoes. Dream meaning of eating tomatoes? No. Of throwing tomatoes, sliced tomatoes, and that's it. There's nothing more.
Nothing to buy them. Yeah. It's
Seeing tomatoes in your dream sign the good and glad news. You're going to have a good and glad news. If you saw tomatoes in your dream, you may hear a word from a person you miss a lot, or have information about something you wonder for a long time. Oh my God, it's just more in the same thing. Interesting.
so if there will be any news, it's probably a little bit overpriced. So we have to be aware of any good news coming.
Okay, here's another one. The dream about tomatoes symbolizes you will step into a new phase at work or in life. Also, to see a tomatoes in your dream suggests everything will go well. Just you've been cheated.
Okay. There are so many interpretations, so we really need to focus not on trying to find any external interpretations, but how do you feel? What was important for you? Did you feel that it was inspiration? No, or maybe it was that you need to be aware of something, or maybe you need to sometimes maybe you need to demand something. For me, it's interesting. So I have all this. Tomatoes actually have very interesting element in them, and they, if you eat them too much, you can get drunk. You really can get high on tomatoes. It's usually nobody eats so much, but it can have such sensations.
Aren't they like poisonous? But only the skin. If you remove the skin, they are not poisonous.
No, I never removed skin from tomatoes, and I was once drunk on them.
Oh my God, how many did you eat?
I don't know. We in my childhood, my aunt had she's very good at gardening, and she grew the best tomatoes ever. Not as good as they were in the dream. And as children, we were just love them, and she gave us like a bucket, and we did not know that we can get drunk on them, and it was a little bit crazy.
Oh my God.
So if you want to be high, eat tomatoes.
Oh, we need to delete this from our videos.
I don't think people can eat so much.
This video is gonna be censored.
Forbidden. We're talking about dreams, so we are really about dreams.
Yes.
It's interesting, like how this whole drawing makes such a two different sides. This is a very fluent and very beautiful movement, and this is everything is in one place and doesn't make any flow. Let me just create a circle. Maybe it will harmonize something. So when you feel that you have any elements on your drawing, you can start seeing some shapes that remind you something, or circles, or maybe different elements. You may highlight them. You can complete them, bring additional lines if you want. So see if you feel that it's coming, something new is coming to you.
Can I ask you another question?
Okay, you want to ruin my reputation? Ask. Innocent woman.
So you see, reality is becoming like a dream, and there's very lots of similarities between reality and dream. In Buddhism, they say that Buddha woke up from a dream. He became enlightened, and he woke up. And what do you think he woke up to? And what do you think he woke up from?
That's a very good question. I don't know about Buddha, but I experienced some, like many people call it awakening, a few years ago, like 6 years ago, when I had such a interesting experience. And what I experienced at that moment, that I start seeing how everything is connected, how everything is speaking about you and your personality. Like some simple things like your name, your last name, the way you, what you're doing in your life, how you dress up, everything is you are like basically screaming about yourself. I could see strangers and the whole story just starts appearing in my vision. It was just for few days. I could not handle it for very long time, but because it requires high vibration to be attuned to other people so well. But how you can be connected to everybody, and you're not just seeing them differently. You don't just see the connection in their events, life events. You feel connected to them as well, that they are not just crossing your road, they're crossing your life to show you something, to teach you something. So this connection is really powerful, and it's very in this case, you feel connected to everything. You are part of everything, and everything is part of you, and you're never alone. If you feel this connection, you never feel alone. And it's and you feel beauty in everything that is going on around you. Even in painful experiences, there's still be beauty, there is still be love. And it's I believe that Buddha awakened to this awareness that everything filled with love, even pain, can be action of love. So, and how everything is connected. So this was my experience, and it's a long time gone. So I'm not as sensitive as I'm used to be, because it requires some high vibrations, really high vibrations. My body was shaking at that moment, but it's possible, and it's very. You never know what can activate this again. It was not expected, but I'm very grateful for this experience.
Very interesting. Okay. And have you felt sometimes in your life that you are in a dream, but then you realize it's not a dream, it's life?
In my life, sometimes, of course, there was many times, like sometimes you feel like it's a nightmare and I just have to wake up from it. Some very challenging experiences in my life that like, please, I'm ready to wake up. I don't want to feel this anymore. But sometimes it's such a pleasant experience that you feel that it cannot be real. So there is whenever I have a very extreme emotional sensations and it's hard to process them, I feel like it's dreaming. So it's interesting. I never thought about it before, that dreams really helps us to maybe they really helps us to process strong emotions, strong resistance as well. Whatever is too much for the reality, we can experience in dreams. I have a question for you. Have you ever in your dreams experienced that you are dreaming? Like you go to sleep, you know that you are sleeping, and you go to sleep one more time in your dreams.
No.
Like it's like different levels.
No, have you?
Oh, yes, like not very often, but there was some like dream in the dream.
Wow.
It's
like in the movie Inception.
yes, yeah.
I've never had this. And what do you wake up to? Did you wake up in the first dream and then wake up in life?
It was a long time ago. I don't exactly remember what happened. The dream, for me, the biggest sensation was that I was able to fall asleep in my dream. And it was the biggest experience. So I don't pay much attention to what I was dreaming about at that time. But it was interesting. I've just never assumed that it's possible. So this was quite revolutionary for me at that time. So we have some comments. Awaken from the illusion. I'll have to catch the replay to finish up. Okay, so Karen, good luck. Thank you. So yes, awakening from the illusions, awakening from your own illusions as well, your own limiting perceptions of something.
So if you color this Neurographica on a black paper, what are you going to be using?
I don't know. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Most likely there will be some red, just representing some tomatoes to honor them.
Are you using the same like Prismacolor pencils or harder, depending on your paper? Your paper looks shiny. Is it more sleek than the white paper you use?
Yes, this is a cardboard. So I think this it's just for some crafts. It's not for the drawing, but it's the only thing that I have. So it will be perfectly fine. And it's interesting how my drawing is divided. There's so much on harmony on the left side and how busy and active on the right side. All the elements are on the right side. And I'm interested, why is it out of balance?
Kids, do you remember when you were a child, were you afraid to go to sleep? Children sometimes are afraid to go to sleep.
No, I'm not one of those people. Children, I don't remember. I sleep like a log. I just need a pillow and that's all. Fall asleep very fast.
And do you have your dreams in a color or in black and white?
Yes, most likely it's sometimes I even hear sounds in my dreams.
Black and white or color?
No, color and sound. My best dreams when I can fly in my dreams.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I haven't done this in some long time. So when you draw these circles, do you choose the area where there is a lot of lines crossing, or?
Honestly, no, I'm just feel like where they want to be. I'm thank you for your questions, but my consciousness is completely turned off. So I'm just follow whatever I feel I want to do. So there is nothing I can explain any logically anymore. So I'm really awakened in some different realm where we're talking about tomatoes, dreaming in dreams for some all this flying in dreams. So this is really my interesting experiences and And there is such a freedom when you don't have to explain anything or make sense out of anything. I'm just enjoyed the process. I'm really having fun. So
Good. That's great. So are you sure you're not dreaming?
I don't know. Maybe. I hope it will be a good dream. Maybe I'm going to wake up tomorrow with my drawing appear. So how's everybody doing? So are you in a state of enjoying the process, or you want be it more informative, or maybe some questions you have? Please don't hesitate. We are enjoying the process, but I want you to enjoy it as much as we do. If you have, and if you have any questions or want to be asked any questions about your dreams, we can, or if you want to share your dreams, maybe you want to share some of your dreams that you feel like you want to be. And another thing that I want to ask you, have you ever experienced dreams that were predicting some events in your life? Maybe something that really
I don't know. It still hasn't happened. So
it still hasn't happened. I had a dream.
you're in the future. Yes, you had a dream that happened.
I had a dream that I woke up and I felt like there should be some kind of epidemic or some sickness in, but I did not feel that it will be so global. I felt like it will be many people. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and she gave all this interpretation related to it, nothing about the sickness. And I was like, okay, maybe I just have to wait till it's come true. And unfortunately, it came true. It happened in March. So, but it's again, it happens not constantly. It's just when it's happened, you can give some interpretations, but sometimes it's not. Some of them are come true, some of them not. So it's not reliable information. Okay. I have a big empty spot in the middle. Okay, so if you have some blind spot, how do you feel about the spot? Does it make you anxious? What's stopping you to explore this spot? And you can take a deep inhale and slowly start exploring it with a neuroline. You don't have to force anything, but see how slowly you can go there. Pay attention to the speed. How can you go slowly, or you want to go very fast across the spot? Because when we just observe it, I don't want to give any interpretation before you observe it. Okay. So if you have any comments about your empty spot, let us know so I can go slow across. Okay, so how do you feel about going across it? Does it activate any emotions or any body sensations? I'm staying to sides and it makes me uneasy, I guess. So see, you can take a deep inhale and with exhale, you go across the spot, like on your exhale, like you're letting go something. You're on exhale. So this unease, you are exhaling. And you don't have to go right away across the spot. You can be very slowly, very gently, allow yourself to explore it as much as it's possible right now. Okay, good. And we have another comment. We have commented, I'm enjoying it a lot, but my silver pen ran out of ink. It happens. It happens. And see, maybe you need to bring another color. Maybe it's something is completed and you need to just change your tools. Maybe something already ended up. You just need to find peace with this. Ask yourself if it's true, if it resonates or not. I've had some about meeting certain people. Certain people could be fun or challenge. There is always people, communications, your relationship. Again, there is such a duality on my drawing, and I don't know. I still unease about this duality. Why is it out of balance? Okay, maybe it's time to explore my left side. Okay, any, I thought I had a good question and I forget it, so it's gone.
Yeah, I love how your gel pen is so thick, and your lines are juicy and thick. Very nice. It is like almost like a Sharpie thickness.
It's Uniball Signa, and it's UM153. So 153 is a pen that has 1.0 thickness. So they really good ones. I have like maybe, I don't know, 10 different brands, golden and silver colors, because I had big fan of them and none of them were perfect. So these are the best I found right now on the market, and they're made in Japan and they are really good and bold enough. There are different thickness of them, not for golden and silver, but for black ones, there's different thickness. So you can use them to bring very skinny lines, or you can use them to bring bolder lines. You can buy like set of 3, like silver, white, and golden. If you want, it's Amazon.com. That could be found, or any other stores.
Yeah, I saw them on Amazon, but they look thin to me. I didn't know. I got Uniball black and It's not that thick at all.
Double check that yours is 153, because they have, I have like 4 different thickness, and like they are fine, ultra fine, micro, and just.
Yeah, mine is
They,
like the last one of yours, the one that you
like
just.
this ones,
Yeah.
they are not thick enough.
Yeah.
I think they are 0.7, I think, and they are not thick enough. They're good for rounding, but not for lines.
Mhm.
I have.
Yes, yes, yes.
See if you want to. Another thing that we're gently getting lines, but if you have any area on your drawing that you really feel stressed about, very strong fear or any strong emotion that you are not ready to process, you can do catharsis there as well. Okay, so we have, I went across an empty circle once, but cannot do it again. See, maybe it needs some support. Bring more energy from the bottom, from the sides. Maybe it needs more light towards this element, more connection to other elements. You can bring just to the circle some energy, and when it will be ready, you can go across again, or maybe it will be enough for you to feel connected, to feel the energy activated, that the energy can be released. If it's too much, it could be released from it.
Have you round everything, Karen? Rounding, if you have something not round, not finished rounding, maybe this will help if you finish it first, everything.
Okay. I have a question for you, Annette. Have you ever had a dream that you repeated, like was repeated several times in your life?
Yes, yes. And I've even been to places repeatedly. And I remember one of the last times I went to the same place and I'm like, okay, it's the same place, isn't it? Why am I here again? But yes, I had repeated dreams.
Was it pleasant experience or was it challenging?
It wasn't pleasant, it wasn't challenging, it was
Just experience?
yeah, it was just experience. And I don't know why, what is the meaning? Like with your tomatoes, I have no idea what is the meaning. So there was a street where I used to live in Bulgaria, in Sofia. And there were small little shops around the street, on the street, a lot of them. And as I was growing up, I started to understand, well, this is the shop for this is the shop. When I was little, I didn't pay attention, but then I started understanding, and all of a sudden it was discovery for me that there was a store to repair umbrellas. For me, it was very interesting how there can be such a place. And I don't know what happened to this store, but they had some renovations on the street, and then one day I realized the store was there anymore, and I could not remember where exactly it was. And so I started dreaming about this store. I don't know why, but I had several dreams about me going on the street and looking for this store, and I cannot find it.
So you're trying to find the store.
Yes.
So you're able to find it in the
No,
dream?
I was never able to find it in my dream.
And how did it make you feel?
Oh, it was disappointed, frustrated. I was disappointed, really. It was in surprise. How is it possible? It was supposed to be there.
Such a valuable service
Yes.
disappeared in your life. Okay. Okay, I'm glad to hear, Karen, that more lines to support the circle did help. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yeah.
Have you had any repeating dreams?
Yes, and my dreams were always like I got lost somewhere. And not somewhere, like it's a
Oh.
particular building that I was wandering, and there is always some old gramophone or I don't know how to, like, what the name in it for in English, that is playing in this building, and I'm trying to find the exit, and it's not nothing scary, but it's just feeling lost. And it's a long time since I've seen this dream, but it's
Look at that. I'm trying to find lost store. You're trying to get out of and feeling lost.
yeah. All this very traumatized kids.
Get lost. In one dream I was a man. Have you had a dream when you were a man?
No, nothing I remember about being in a different roles.
Yes, it was completely, I had no idea how it can be related. It wasn't it did not relate to anything, but I was a man, I was a warrior, and I was on a task. I was running through the jungle. I had to do something. I had tasks to do, and to complete it and to get to the place where I needed to go. And I was athletic and tall, and it was very, very, when I woke up and remembered this dream, it was so different. There was nothing that related to me. It was like somebody else's dream.
It's interesting, like, but when you start explaining your dream, I felt like nothing changed really. You still have tasks to do, and you are bravely try to resolve them. It's just like different. You are not a man, but you still be very active in.
Oh yeah, it was physical. Yeah, it has nothing to do with Instagram or Facebook. It was more. Getting somewhere, killing somebody, or saving somebody. I don't remember already. They were more like a warrior type of thing.
We have such an interesting life in different realm, like wherever we can be different roles and different achievements. Nothing but they still be connected somehow to ourselves, to our reality. What we have. I think it still be in our potential. If we can dream about it, we can be.
Maybe we're reading something, maybe like we're watching movies or reading books, reading some other energies.
Maybe. No, like there is, it feels like something is empty here. Something needs to be more here. So how's everybody doing? Do you have enough lines? Do you want to add more, or are you ready to start maybe coloring? See if you want to add something to your drawings, maybe more elements, more circles. Maybe you want to add not circles, maybe you want to add some other.
Tomatoes.
And if you want to share any of your interesting, unusual dreams, we are, please be so, feels free and safe. We don't tell them to anybody but YouTube. It's interesting how we can feel sharing such stories. Pay attention to your physical sensations, to your emotional state. Did it change? Did you feel that there is some shift inside of you when we explore it more? Double check that your drawing is balanced. Do you feel balanced, or you want to explore more elements on it? See, and I'm still out of balance. There's still be so much going on here. Something. Okay, something is growing here. We are going to add some field lines later after we color everything. So all the steps that Neurographica requires, we are following them in every drawing. So unless you want to leave this in one color and don't add anything else on top of it, you still have this color from lines. You still have this energy of colors. Okay, see. Yes, a hot flash. Okay, so all this hot flash, how does it make you feel? Like any emotions related to them? Like, is there any particular emotion that can be related to feeling hot? And we have comment from Karen. Oh yes, I dream often that I am Donald Trump's wife or girlfriend. Sometimes we are dancing or at a huge gala. In real life, I find him despicable. I'm feeling upset. It's maybe it's really about it's interesting about meeting certain people for sure, and it's about accepting something about him and about yourself, of course. If you can ask yourself what exactly he drives you crazy about him. So what exactly resonates like the most, his actions. And it's interesting, but different people will have a different answer to this question because we always relating to something different. And we are not here to discuss him particularly, but to find to learn something about yourself in this dream. I don't want to, it's a interesting time for everybody. I hope everybody had their vote. And it's, but we all have our opinions, and it's okay. It's important to have different opinions. In this case, we can grow together as a community. Dancing, it's interesting, dancing.
Okay, I'm gonna be leaving you guys, and just wanted to show you. I still have to do the fixation, but here is my.
Wait. Let me take a look. Mm-hmm.
Here's my dream, and I still have to finish the fixation.
Mm-hmm. You see that your drawing is out of balance as well.
Yes.
You have one corner is like much more busier than another one. So just just pay attention. Those are really looking funny eyes. I don't know why is it this way. I offered to everyone to draw such eyes today. Something interesting.
Okay, have a nice evening, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Nat. Have a good night. Have a sweet dreams. It's he seems very kind in the dream, exactly the opposite of his public persona. No political comment here. Maybe, I don't know, for family members he could be a very sweet person. We never know about it. It's there is always there is always something we can respect other people for. Even if we are not agree with them, there still be some qualities that we can respect in them. And maybe this is just something to show you that he can be different. He can be a very good father or a decent husband. Was uncomfortable and crowded. Crowded, okay. Uncomfortable and crowded. So see if you want to feel in hot flash. Okay, so see if you want to be maybe bigger or more noticeable, like what is the crowded for you, like that's too much actions around you and you don't feel that it's enough space for you, or maybe what exactly. Just ask yourself, see how you can make yourself more comfortable. Maybe you need more space, maybe you need more air to breathe in this particular place. Yes, acceptance, thank you. Acceptance is quite a challenging topic for all always. But it's definitely not a superhero that many young girls are dreaming about. Something very important message for you there. Okay, and I feel like I'm balanced my drawing now. So I feel like this has enough weight to balance busyness on this side. Let me just a little bit more rounding and see how we can color it. Okay. For next Friday, again, I remind you to prepare this print out portrait so we can have some fun. I did not expect that today will be such a funny class, but it will be, I hope it will be interesting experience as well. Okay. It's interesting that dreams, sometimes we feel like we're sleeping for a long time, like have the dreaming a long time, but it's not. It's only a few minutes, and it's a really different perception of time in dreams. You can just fall asleep and it feels like you've seen a long dream. It's maybe only a couple minutes past. There is some suggestions, like if you wake up and you don't want to forget your dream, don't move and start repeating it in your head. So when you start moving, your body starts activated, like you can forget the dream. It's like, I don't know, it could be a superstition, but it's really easy to forget your dreams, it's for sure. You get distracted with the daily routines and all this visual pictures from the dream are just disappearing, and you can, the only thing I usually remembered how I felt when I awoke. Like, did I feel happy? Did I feel scared or curious or puzzled when I awoke? So there is always, you can pay attention to the sensations, to the emotions that you awakened with. So these are the best messages, like to see how you feel, how you resonate with this. Okay, I think I'm ready to start bringing colors, or maybe not. Let's see, maybe one more circle. Maybe one more circle. And today it's interesting. I don't really look for any curves to find this, any shape that already hidden here. I'm just feel like I start creating those shades, those shapes. I'm quite forcing the circles in the places where I feel they belong. It's something unusual for me. I'm trying to, usually I try to recognize some circles in already present curves, but today everything is different for me. So this is another option for you to explore your possibilities and learn something new about yourself. It's interesting, my body starts reacting when I feel like I'm already done with all these lines. It's already quite busy drawing with so many lines here. I have some reactions in my body. Which makes me quite anxious. So, what do circles mean? They just mean some resources, some events, not necessarily resources as support and help, some harmonious energy, like some representation of harmony, some representation of balance. And what I'm looking in this drawing for balance, because in the right side, I was finding the potential circles in presented already present curves. But the left side, I really had to just create those curves, like just create the circles. There was nothing I could recognize from what I had. I just had to force some of them, and it was interesting. Such a difference of energy, different of opportunities. There is many opportunities here, and this I have to be actively participating. Like I have to be initiate some changes, some harmony. Okay, I think I have. How long you will continue? Okay, so but when I am, it is the middle of the night, so I really need to go to sleep. Please do so. Have a sweet dreams. I enjoyed it very much. It was the first time to make a drawing like this, and I think I will return and follow one of your. So please do so. So have sweet dreams. Thank you for staying with us for quite a long time. I hope we will have 30 more minutes and we will be done. Thank you,
Okay,
teacher.
well, maybe
Thanks.
till next time. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Have good night. Yes, we are such a time that like because we have clients, students from all around the world. Some of them have morning, some of them have night right now, so it's very hard to feed everybody, but it's interesting to be connected to the world in different parts of the world. Okay, so if you want to leave your drawing like this, you can do it. or you can start, let me just make a picture of it. So in case if I will have some challenges with coloring, I can just use my black and golden. And you can, I use just regular pencils, color pencils. They look perfectly fine. I use Prismacolor. They're soft enough to be on top of any paper or on top of any pencils, jelly pens. And you can start coloring, connecting separate segments together. This could be a very interesting effect. Like you are coloring like school board, black one with a color chalk. See how it feels. You can, if you have many circles, you can highlight some of them or each of them, or just create the flow. Flow could be very powerful as well. And when we coloring, we are going across lines. We are not just coloring separate segments. Even if I cannot see how I'm crossing, I want to see how in my vision, in my reality right now, I am connecting the separate segments together. I really bring them together. I create bigger shapes, bigger meanings, bigger purposes. And the biggest right now from this drawing for me realization, thanks to Nat for her questions, that it's really stand your ground. Like if you feel that somebody is cheating to you, this is my message, so yours could be completely different. You don't have to even argue or prove anything. You just walk away. It will be much more it will be safer for you. I don't have to. Nobody was forcing me. Nobody was. It's my decision. Do I want to be involved in something that I don't feel is right for me? It's actually good to feel such freedom to choose. There is nobody to blame. There's my decision. Okay. And you can use as many colors as you want. In camera, the blue really look bright. It's not as bright on the paper. It's much brighter on the screen. Looks like chalk to me. And maybe some of you can use dry pastel. This could be an option as well if you want to experiment with this. But pencils work perfectly in my case, so I would not do it. Just see, because pay attention when if you started to coloring, pay attention what has shifted in you, like how's your physical sensations has changed or emotional state has changed. There is no limitations for you here. So just explore what if you feel any changes, any reactions in your body. I really like this blue color. Nothing to do with red tomatoes. It's not about tomatoes. Okay. Blue and maybe pink. You can even do some grading on black paper. So see if you want to have very faded colors or very gentle ones. See how it looks. You can use white pencils if you want to experiment with this. And it's see how you feel, maybe something new for you to explore, something unusual to learn. There is always different possibilities, something interesting. Don't afraid to experiment. We always have so much opportunities that we are afraid to jump in and explore the world and explore the possibilities, even if this world is in a different reality. So it will be interesting. What am I going to see in my dreams today? I was not so excited yesterday when I was falling asleep. Today I'm really curious if there will be any dreams today. So see if you want to blend your colors. Maybe you want to highlight some of them or just I've never tried to use highlighters on black paper. It's actually interesting question why I've never tried them. Let's see if it makes even if it makes any colors. Okay, it doesn't make much effect. Yeah, the pencils on black paper are much better. Doesn't. Now I know why I never tried it. It doesn't work much. So you see, color pencils, just regular color pencils are much more brighter and much brighter and much easier to use on any color pen paper. So if you added enough color on your drawing, you can even add some shadings with different shades of the colors of different depth. It really doesn't limit you, like the color is really has color paper really creates beautiful opportunity to use something new. Maybe next time I try dark blue paper. It's instead of black. It will be interesting to explore. See if you want to highlight any of those elements on your drawing. Maybe some of those elements that were challenging for you. I actually did not color eyes. They, for me, like they really disappeared. They really dissolved in the whole process. They're not much attention for myself. So if you had the elements that you really paid attention to, like some challenging to explore with lines, you may bring more energy, like color flow to those elements, bring more emotions, harmonious emotions. It'll make sure that there is no colors suppressed in those elements. No elements are suppressed. Create the flow, create the support as well. Colorful support. So this could be interesting. And some of those elements could be stay not colored at all. Maybe you want to come back to those elements later. Or maybe they are not just focus of your attention right now. So it's, again, we are working with the topic dreams. It doesn't have to make much sense for you, but just explore how you feel. Do you feel balanced? Do you feel curious about your dream? Did everything resolved or anything else could be added? And if your dream that you're exploring today had you as an explorer, which of those elements would represent you? I'm just curious. This is, did you draw yourself or did you just observe? So it could be interesting to see. Do you even present it on your drawing? Or you are just presented by those eyes? So it's some of those questions you may ask yourself. Like now I'm really curious if any of those elements on my drawing representing me. Or maybe there is something that maybe you represent it not by element, but by the flow itself. Just see if anything that can give you some new approach to this, to yourself, not to the topic, because here you are, your subconsciousness is the topic today. This is, you are trying to learn and listen to yourself. What am I learning about myself today? So maybe I just color eyes, and eyes are going to be green. You can use as many colors as you want. There is no really limitations. I highly recommend to use several colors if you decided to color, because in this case you will be able to integrate different emotions and don't stuck in just one emotion. So explore all these different possibilities, reactions. It's interesting, like I have more pink here and more blue here. Like there is still be duality on my drawing. I don't know. And I really don't know how it's connected to the dream I have. Seller and buyer duality. No. If it doesn't come any interpretation, if they don't come organically, don't try to force them logically. Let them go. Let's just explore the process. Enjoy the process. It will be much more benefits from it for you if you just trust the process instead of trying to really force any meanings, any understandings. I was actually drawing my dream initially. However, it evolves and I see something beyond the dream. I feel other interpretations of my dream through the drawing that I just made. Amazing. I'm very glad that you have such experience. It's really, dream is a message, but you can go deeper. If you got the message, you can talk to, if you can understand the language, you can talk to the person who is sending those messages, to the subconsciousness, to yourself on different levels. So it could be very powerful. You don't have to be limited to your dream, because all dreams, we maybe don't recognize them, but they have some kind of connection between them. There is some some story between them. Like everything in our life is connected. Why our subconsciousness cannot be connected? I think there is a much more connection in our subconsciousness than in anything we can realize in our reality. Okay. And if you have enough colors, I probably will add something more later. We are bringing field lines. We want to be reconnected. We want to be aligned with our subconsciousness, with those beautiful opportunity to experience something deep, something very interesting. And we can draw those field lines. You can just make some of those existed lines more powerful, bolder. And it may take some time because usually I have much bolder marker for, like, if I use black lines or any other colors, but the golden, it should be slowly built up. So I'm going to build up some of those powerful field lines, maybe not as bold as other ones, but there will be some. Okay, here, here, here. And after you adding any lines, make sure that you integrate them harmoniously with you round all the crossings, all the intersections that you had before, or if they create new intersections, you round them as well. So there is no forcing, there is a gentle guidance for you from the universe, from your subconsciousness, from your higher soul. You can call it any names, what makes more sense to you. What is sending those messages to you? Who is sending those messages to you? Is it your subconsciousness, or maybe it's a collective consciousness, or maybe it's higher soul, or maybe higher self, your soul, anything that you feel has a bigger and more powerful potential and more powerful energies. Okay, you can bring as many field lines as you feel enough. I did one, and maybe I want to make one more here. It's very interesting. I've never did build up field lines slowly. I'm usually create like big force right away and integrate it. When you slowly build up, make lines bolder, it's a different sensations. Like it requires some patience, which is could be not of my strongest sides. And I thought like it will be not much to learn today. I learned a lot, as always. Underestimated. Okay. See if your field lines want to merge or if they want to divide in different directions. So see what really brings this energy, how this energy, big energy, is moving on your drawing. Sometimes it's enough just see it's brighter lines on your drawing, that if you can have this opportunity to draw them on top of your pencils, it could be strong enough. Okay, the field lines, I cannot say that are very clearly visible on my drawing, but maybe I will make them a little bit stronger later. Okay, ladies, how's everybody doing? Are we ready to finish our drawings? Or you are going to continue to explore, bring more lines and more colors to yours? After we had filled lines, see if any of these elements that you really want to highlight, that you want to make bolder, or you want to create stronger, more visible. So which element is the most important? What do you want to remember? So we do the fixation as always, and I can just create a bolder line around it. You can highlight it with colors. You can highlight it with powerful thick line like borders. So see what makes you feel more comfortable, more noticeable. We're creating this anchor so we can remember it. Some result. People who has challenged to do fixation, looking for the process, but not for result. So we want to, my result today is like, I really felt that I have the choice. It's my choice to stay with people who I feel is cheating or trying to take advantage of me, or I can just go. It's interesting. Who is this people? This innocent people, beautiful. And it should be only visible for you if you recognize it. If you feel that this is strong enough, it can be strong enough. I think it's strong enough for me here. It's much stronger than any of those other elements. Okay, so if you have any questions, please let me know. And I have one from Julia. Anna, is there a recommendation for the number of things we do a fixation on? Should we only have one or can we have more? You can have several elements, but make sure that they are connected, that there is a one story that connects them together, that there is not just separate elements. They are different representatives of the story, some key elements of the story that you want to remember. And they can be physically connected with lines between them, or they can be just connected in your perception. So see what the story they're trying to tell you, those elements. If you will look at them later, how would you recognize the story? I usually create, like, highlight one or two elements, because if I do the fixation of everything, I kind of refocus all the energy. So I want to make sure that I remember something important. And from all this discussion today that we have, I had my important message, and I want to remember this particular message, like this particular element of the dream. And this is what I highlighted. It's not a tomato per se, but it's something important for me. Thank you so much. My first time visiting. Welcome, and I'm glad you had some fun with us today. I hope you had some fun. So again, I want to remind you, for the next class, please prepare such a printout of your portrait. It could be a full-size picture, like or just a portrait. We are going to have some fun next Friday. We are going to draw on this one and learn something more about ourselves. So if any of you want to share your drawings, this is probably the best time. We are almost finished. So let me know if you want to share. I can find you. Okay. Okay, let me just remove. Okay, so silver color, many lines. Take it a little bit closer to yourself. So to yourself, yeah. Wow, you have like a million of lines. Very powerful flow in the middle of your drawing. It's like a powerful red, and I like that it's a flow, that it's not stagnated elements. Okay. Good. Thank you for sharing. Very beautiful. Many lines. I'm glad you did a very good job with roundings. Okay, we have.
Yeah, this is mine.
Okay. Yeah, strong, powerful flow as well. Those are very like bubbles. White
Yeah,
color
there's
on
so many
black looks.
circles.
Yeah. So pay attention. Like you see, I see some of the areas where you kind of isolate color inside of another color, like this element, purple and green element inside of them. Try to create the flow. Don't separate segments. Connect several segments together, because it feels like there is some energy inside of this element is stagnated. So create the flow. Make sure that energy is moving. So there is nothing, no boundaries. It could be protective boundaries, but it still be emotions are like water. If it's not moving, it's become poisoning. So we want the flow. We want to make sure that the energy is moving. Beautiful flows, beautiful, and lines really very light and very uplifting.
Thank you.
So, like,
thank you.
The whole drawing is breathing. I like how it's breathing. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
I like it. Thank you.
So anybody else want to share? It could be unfinished, but if you want to show, I think it's. Oh yes, please. White color looks so beautiful on black. Okay, so see how different elements you have on your drawing. There is a very busy elements. On the top one that looks like brain, and some big elements. There is a so make sure that those elements that have many segments, that they have connection, that you are not stuck in details, that you see bigger opportunities and bigger meanings in them, because there is a temptation to go deeper and deeper in details and lose the focus, what the meaning of it. Like, so because you have beautiful big shapes, but some of them like really go in details, which is good, which is very powerful. Some of the elements, wait. I'm just notice that the whole energy is moving pretty much from one corner to another. There is like a very powerful flow of energy from one corner to another. See if other sides are balanced, because on one side where you have big shapes, you have like very few lines. Add more, connect more, make sure that you have very strong root system, that everything has not just connection but balance in general, that you not overwhelming your right side and very light left side. This big element in the corner, I'm glad that you have a flow of colors that really supporting it. and so that it's not just hanging there. That the color really helps to bring more energy to support it. Okay, I think that's all I wanted. Like, are you going to do fixation on any of those elements?
Probably on this area where the eyes were, and then I kind of filled them in, which is what happened.
Oh, there are eyes. I did not even notice them. And this is interesting, that eyes and looks like a brain. The whole shape looks like very detailed, detail-oriented mind, I would say. And how this mind, like if you look, the mind, all this area around your eyes are very detailed, but it looks on bigger shapes, such a bigger elements around it. So explore it.
Yeah.
See bigger meanings in your, whatever you see in your life, whatever you see, whatever you do in your life, see bigger meanings, bigger connections. So thank you for sharing. Very interesting, very beautiful colors. They look very beautiful.
Well, mine's definitely not finished, but
Okay.
and I didn't have any color paper, but
it's
I can
definitely beautiful eyes. I love the gentle colors, how you really combine them. There is nothing overwhelming about your colors. Very, very beautiful. So notice that circle, some of the circles, especially this egg that you have already colored, and there is a, like there is an egg and there is an oak, pink oak, that it's not explored.
okay.
There is some energy there that you are, notice how beautiful it is, but it's not activated. So you can bring a little bit more lines there, and just curious line, how to activate, how to own it, how to bring this energy, unpack the energy and own it. So
Okay, thank you.
very beautiful eyes, like really they focus of attention, like when it's interesting how another thing that I want to share with you, notice that this beautiful, you started coloring the beautiful green flow on the right side. I see it on the right side. It's yours, could be mirrored. And you have this red circle in the middle. So see, it's a teeny tiny circle and it's isolated with the green. So there is a beautiful action around it, and there is some energy that is stuck there. So I would suggest you to create a gentle flow of extend the circle a little bit with colors. It can be extended with gentle streams of pink color, like veins. So the energy is not stagnated, that it's connected to the edge of paper, that it really has the opportunity to move and refresh blood in it. So like some movement there. There is some action, physical action there. So.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Very different, very unique colors. I love how gentle you are with your colors.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Julia, I'm ready. You have a full moon. Beautiful silver lines, like really many of them. And it's interesting, look at your eyes. They have glasses. Like they really, like you really at focus.
After I made them, I felt like I should have made them bigger. So I did the bigger circles afterwards. So I didn't think about them being glasses. Yeah.
It could be just like wide open, like What a dream. Beautiful. Whatever element I call, like, it's just because we are drawing dreams, it feels like a moon to me, but it's whatever it is for you. Trust your experience more than any comment that I give. Beautiful lines, very beautiful lines, and I see how balanced your drawing is. So make let's see if there anything. I would just highly encourage you to draw some field lines, some lines. See how gentle, they almost like a net of beautiful silver threads. Create some structure. The field lines really give you to create the spine of the drawing. It will give you some contrast, but it will give you some energy at the same time. So the energy of your drawing is balanced, but you can concentrate it in the and focus in the flow as well. So they can go in any directions. If you want, they can go from bottom to top, or they can go from one corner to another. See on which direction you need the spine, but it can give you the depth, because when we use lines of different thickness, we create the perspective, like depth of the drawing. What is bolder stand closer to us, what are skinny lines stand in the back. So you will have even bigger meanings in your drawings. Different, you will create some priorities in the drawing as well.
Okay.
Just some tricks.
I use some of the lines are gray because I ran out of the silver, and I was thinking about the field lines being white. Do you think that's a bad idea? I don't know. That's, I guess.
So right now I don't see any difference of silver or gray. I would never guess. So if you can blend them organically, like if you steal around all these corners, it can be even be more beautiful, because they will stand out a little bit more. They still be connected to the drawing. It's not like artificial something, but they can be highlighted by white color. So see, try something new. Like there is always opportunity to experiment. Yeah. So thank you for sharing. I love the way you colored. It's really, when you move the drawing, it feels like it starts shimmering this circle. That's
yeah, I don't know if you can tell, my paper is dark blue instead of black. I thought blue was good for dreams, so.
Nice. And for me, it looks completely black. It's something.
I'm looking at the video. I can see it looks black. Yeah, but it looks shimmery, so that's cool.
It looks shimmering. Yeah. Interesting. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Anybody else wants to share, or we are ready to go to sleep? Thank you. Need to leave now. Yeah, I enjoy the process very much. So I think everybody wanted to share, and we have only a few people left. So have a great night. Who is going to sleep? If you are not at time of sleep, have a great day. And we are going to see you next week on Friday, and we are going to draw something very fun. Just prepare the portrait. The link to the software will be in the Facebook group and in info box for those who are going to watch this video on YouTube. So thank you. My pleasure to be with you today. See you next week. Bye, everyone.